So now that you have touched on the Malay-Muslim community, I would like to ask you, how do you think the Indian community has evolved over the past few years, and what are some challenges and gaps that have to be addressed?
Well, the Indian community, I think, has been doing well too, in the sense that you have, not that you don't have issues, because, I mean, like every other community, you have a certain group who are having family issues and kids growing up not quite right who need to be helped. But you have got SINDA, and SINDA has, I think, done a very good job. It's smaller than Mendaki, but you've got some very active volunteers, passionate volunteers, some Singaporeans, some immigrants, some not even citizens, but just families working here, some kids, teens, who are working with families who need help, who go and do reading with them, who mentor them, and who guide them, and I think it makes a big difference. You will have to keep on doing this because these are problems which will not easily disappear, but you are doing the right thing. You do have one issue which I talked about a couple of National Day rallies ago, which is that between Indians who are Singaporeans and newly arrived Indians, sometimes naturalized, sometimes not, you're not the same, and therefore you have to find ways to bridge that gap with each other. And that is something which is continuing work. We have tried hard to do it, to talk to the new arrivals. This is Singapore, it's not the same as a city in India. We welcome you, but please know how things operate down here in Singapore, in our temples, in our multiracial interactions. And at the same time talking to Singaporeans so that they can understand why there is an inflow and how to think about it. But that is an issue which, I mean, other Singaporeans also notice an influx because the numbers are not small, but they are talented people and they are very valuable to us, and I think we should welcome them and as we manage the flow. It so happens that, I mean, people talk about top institutions in India, IIT, IIM, the Indian Institute of Technology and the Indian Institute of Management. If you can get into one of them, it's like getting into MIT or Stanford or Harvard. And we have the biggest concentration of IIT and IIM graduates in the world outside of India. They are in Singapore. And they have an association or two, or maybe two associations, and from time to time they have functions. I think that's good, because it adds something to us. We generate our own talent, but if I can get such a pool, come here, work here, it's a tremendous plus for us.